Okay, I should probably stop touching my face to make videos. It's annoying. Sorry about that. But I wanted to bring up some very oddball shit, and you maybe it maybe have to be given a premise for it to even be oddball shit. Because if you walked into the jungle and you saw people doing this, you would just be like, "Oh, that's jungle man shit." But people that work for PBS, those anchors and people that are on PBS now, it used to be public broadcasting. This channel used to be called public broadcasting, NPR and PBS. They're doing their eye makeup like they're doing their makeup. Men are doing their makeup like the same way that I noticed in 2000s was a new fashion for eye makeup, which was that they would put really light makeup right here, right around here, and then they would fill in everything else. They would fill in everything else around, like, you know, and it was like I don't I don't really know like what that's about really, but the men are doing that now. That's just what is it? Like that's just what is that? Like I know it to me that seems odd. That's some odd stuff. Like cause like high heels, women copied high heels and then they started wearing stockings and high heels. Men used to do that. Men used to wear makeup. The first ones is to have makeup like powder, powder and shit. Uh, and ancient, I don't know. They've been doing that for a long time. Anyways, the trendingness, like, if you notice some shit that's trending now, what is it about these days? So like, who is a motherfucker that's trending right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause it's completely not organic. There's no more organic. You're not allowed to trending to start trending. You know what I mean? Like, it has to be collectivized. You know, and then you're like, what I'm saying, you're against that. Like, you must be against collectivism. There's no such thing as being against collectivism. You know what that's called? Going camping. That's called getting in the car and driving out somewhere where it's where it's more sparsely populated. Population, collect the collective. You do the hokey pokey. You jump in, you jump. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's repulsing. It compels people to want to leave it behind. We already know this. Anyway, what I'm saying is that memes are becoming illegal. Like, um, now when I first started to make memes, like I was kind of a dick. I mean, I went through this transformation. I guess you could call it maturity. Happened late, so I'm a late bloomer. Anyways, it's like me. I mean, I have trauma in the past, and there's ir- there's irrational behavior that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make no rational sense. Don't even try. Like that could be the problem. Trying to rationalize it could be the problem, right? But it just has to exist until you know why. Like it's the monstrous soul. Like you could be irrational, you know. So what's trending? Like that's just easy. It's like all of the people that walk the straight and narrow. Sometimes they could be the more run afoul of any semblance of decent like laws or decency because they get to be through their inheritance. They get to be the representative of polite society. They may still like the title because it's like a paradise. Even if you don't come from that, you don't care about that title. You don't need it because I'm not. You was never from that. I always have to fight or scrap or whatever people. So, but just want to say like the more, like, you know how they say like a grown child is dangerous because they're like a child but they're grown up, right? Like, what's more dangerous than that? It would be like a schism in the aristocracy that has a different take on how you contrive power and become rated like as like the one of the most powerful people, basically. So then they're gonna have their premise, and then there's the premise that applies to its purpose for you, that you intend to affect some outcome in life, right? They're gonna try to overlap it, like that. Like when you hit, and that's the score. I didn't come up with this myself. But this is the inside joke. It's not really an inside joke. I wouldn't even do that to. I wouldn't be the point of this. But like, even the way I say things maybe tries to relate something. If I relate it effectively, I was the first person to come up with that. Somebody told me, and it wasn't even that I didn't know them. You know what I mean? Like, I could just be copycat. It's easy. You know, a biter. Like, I'll borrow it. I like that. You know what? I like that. I'm taking it. I do. I've done that a lot. So a lot of, maybe everything is you know taking something. Like, there wouldn't even be anything if you couldn't, like, form extrapolations from other, like, parts of the tapestry, or other, other parts of the design, or of the, like, do mandala or something. Like, you're working with symmetry and symbolism at the same time to harness the power of the beast, basically, but then let go, just to let it blow away, the sand blow away in the wind, right? Because you don't attach. That's the thing. That's the thing. Just being that you're dealing with that, and it exists in it of itself. Like, don't let people tell you, that not to do it. And the more that they say that you shouldn't do something, maybe it's time for you to consider doing what that ever that is. So, and all of these practices, people contribute their whole life to, and die in the process, and sometimes in believing in it. And then there's always going to be people that says, let's glorify Satan, but like, you know what I mean? Like, if like, if skeletons, right, for one thing, if they glorify Satan, why, what I'm saying, your body is right and exact with one inside of it, like, um, pagan or Saturnalia, like, you might as well go ahead and oblige that stuff, because toning down rhetoric and being mature about things that, people may be under a ghost spell, or in a holidays, or working with all kind of colloquialisms. Like, let them do it, because if you can't affect that, then like, you get the serenity of not trying to affect something that you can't. Then that's for me. That goes for me too. Somebody, I was just saying this shit, like, getting on camera, look back one day and see the type of shit that I was on. So, I was on that, like, or to see if it was always important, as if, things change, they stay the same. So, like, it's like a curriculum, but it can pertain to a thought, right? Like the eschaton, or the singularity, or the what else? Anyways, lots of things dealing with oneness or wholeness, and being like a singularity, like a one, uh, like that is becoming, like that's becoming. This is different ways of saying it.